Welcome to the Points Diva channel. I'm all about showing people how to travel on points and miles. Why use your money if you really don't have to? In this video, I'll take you along our first class flight on none other than the Emirates A380. I'll show you how we acquired the miles and our out-of-pocket costs. But before we continue, please hit that like and subscribe button.
So we're at the check-in counter, the first class check-in counter at Emirates in Dulles Airport, and I'm trying to upgrade my mom's ticket from business class to first class. There were seats available as of this morning, which is great. So he said the paid rate is $1,000, which for some, that's not bad. However, I'm trying to, of course, use points, so I'll let you know how much they are. He's having to call the manager to see.
It should be easy upgrading from business class to first class. For the longer routes, I've never seen first class full. When you log into your Emirates booking, it will tell you how many miles you need to upgrade. Even if you can't book the upgrade online, the same miles will apply at check-in if seats are available. So be prepared and check ahead of time.
Alright, so the great thing about flying Emirates is you can upgrade once you check in if there are seats available to the next class. So if you're in economy class, upgrade to business. If you're in business class, you can upgrade to first. So my mom had a business class ticket. We show up. There are actually seats available in first, and you have to upgrade each leg. So there are seats on the first leg, and it was 54,000 points or $1,000 out of pocket. And then if we want to upgrade her for the next leg, which would be Dubai to Cairo, we have to do it once we get to Dubai. Another great thing is no matter what class you're flying in, you get a free hotel voucher. So we'll be staying at the Le Méridien, and we both have a room, and we'll also receive food for free.
It did take some time for the agents to figure out the upgrade situation. At first, they stated it wasn't available, but I was pretty persistent and told them the amount of miles stated on the website. After 3 people got involved, they were able to process it.
Way to go, Emirates!
A great feature about the check-in process for the A380 is the separate check-in entrance. The business and first class enter through a separate gate than economy.
Atlas is first class.
Good morning, sir. My name is Mustafa. Welcome on board.
First class hosts 14 private suites. They all have direct aisle access. The window seats have 2 sets of shades, a privacy shade and a blackout shade. There are no overhead bins in first class, so you bring all of your carry-on items into the suite with you. All of the electronic features within the suite can be controlled by your personal iPad or on the touchscreen TV, along with plenty of storage space and even a desk with Emirates notepad and pen.
Yay!
Here you go, buddy. Your first class flight.
So he's gonna have his own suite. On our way to Dubai, this is a 12-hour flight, currently on the A380 of Emirates, and the best thing about this flight, you really don't need to bring anything but yourself, okay? They offer loungewear. They offer this amazing his and hers toiletry bag, and all Bulgari products, guys. So high-end, top of the line. This amazing perfume. This is more of like a evening fall wear fragrance. Some lip balm and some high body lotion, which is really good because I actually do get very dry. Little mirror, personal mirror, some deodorant. Why do you need deodorant? Because they have showers on the plane. A little comb and brush, dental kit. Why do you need a dental kit? Because this flight is 12 hours, so you want to be able to sleep and then wake up refreshed. A cleansing towel. Oh, and it's not just like a regular cleansing towel, it's a Bulgarian cleansing towel. Some tissue, and that's it. This flight is bomb, y'all. Get your points up. So everyone asks, how in the world do you travel with kids? So on this particular flight, they offer bassinets. We currently don't have the bassinet set up, but they will remove this little setup here and put the bassinet here. So we'll show you that a little later. Another great thing, they offer amenity kits for the babies. So he has this little Emirates little toy here, as well as a nice little plush blanket. And if your baby is like ours, he loves his blanket, and has an Emirates duffel bag. Of course, he needs his own travel Emirates bag. All right.
Now, let's get to the food. The great thing about Emirates is they have dine on demand. That means you can order whatever is on the menu whenever you want it. Since this flight was a 10 a.m. flight, we ordered a fruit plate before our breakfast arrived. This also came with the most delicious warm bread. For our main meal, we ordered scrambled eggs with potatoes and sausage. It was super tasty and filling. After breakfast, it was time to put the baby to sleep to get him acclimated to the new time zone. He, of course, had other plans.
Are Tesseron brandy, and it's from the Champagne region in France, and it's from a specific region called the Great. So because most of the big ones like Hennessy, Paradis were super good quality, but comes from different regions. This one is like this, and it comes brandies. They don't go with a year, goes by generations. So this is 3 to 4 generations, 75 to 100 years old. Yeah, and I wish you, if you'd like to try.
Yeah. I'll have a little.
Perfect.
What's the retail price? Do you know?
I don't know exactly, but there are only specific places that is sold this one, because it's the Tesseron, the lot number 29. It's been sold in few places in the world, so it's not that you can find it. Yeah, it's extra exclusive, and it's only like for us. We have it Emirates First Class. It's a big ride that we carry it on board. So yeah, like for sure we go above, I would say $3,000 definitely per bottle. Definitely, like yeah, the Dom. So should I prepare 2 glasses for you? Perfect.
So we were just poured a lovely glass of this Tesseron Cognac Block 29, and this is the pride of Emirates. So the great thing about this cognac is it's aged for not just a few years, but they go by the generations, and 3 generations at that. So you first have to sniff. It has a nice like almond smell, or smells almost like coffee, and sip. It goes down so smooth. It's almost like a caramel butter down your throat. It's super, super smooth and nice. And it's super hard to find. And she said it can retail, it's around $3,000. So if you see this on the menu somewhere, y'all have to try it. It's so good. But
since the baby was still asleep and the lovely flight attendant offered to look after him, we all decided to head to the back of the plane to the lounge. This is the business class section, and as you can see, there were plenty of seats. At 110,000 Emirates miles, you can't go wrong sitting here with the lay flat beds. I would recommend you sit more towards the front and not the back. The back seats are closer to the bar and it can get pretty loud.
So we are currently in the Emirates A30 lounge. It's a little noisy, but it's for business class passengers and first class passengers. But it's really nice. Depending on the level of class you're in, you do have different alcohol, but it's still really nice and upscale. So let's take a look.
Shout out to the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. Ski! After chatting with some great people, we headed back to our seats for a late snack. My mom had a shrimp and lobster dish, and Mr. O and I had some caviar.
Just had some of this caviar, nothing better than caviar, champagne. Also, they brought us out a shot of vodka to go with it. So the caviar came with, you had your sour cream, your chives, your egg whites, and then the yolk all diced up. Then it came with some little round pancake item, and then the crackers. I prefer mine on the crackers. So just put that together, just had some of it. It was absolutely delicious. Emirates First Class, they know how to do it right. It's only the best of the best.
Currently, Apparently, this is the only flight that has showers on the plane for first class passengers. They asked before takeoff around what time you'd like your shower prepared. The shower had great water pressure and was hot. There's a visual timer that lets you know how long you have left. The bathroom was so warm and cozy, the floors were even heated. For this experience alone, the cost is worth it. After a nice layover and great sleep at the Le Méridien Hotel, we arrived the next morning early to the airport to experience the first class lounge. The lounge overlooks the airport terminal and is massive. There are plenty of seating areas and lots to do for a long layover.
We are currently in the Emirates First Class lounge, and the great thing about flying with Emirates First or Business Class is they have their own entire wing. So it's pretty player if you ask me. But the great thing about this particular lounge, they have quiet sleeping areas. So if you have a long layover and you don't really want to leave the airport, you can definitely relax. They have a kids club, they have a cigar room, they have a wine room. I mean, it's just endless. Full dining experience. They have a major restaurant that has sushi, they have lunch, breakfast, and dinner. And I mean, this lounge truly is amazing. And the best part, y'all, they have a full spa. And if you're in first class, you get complimentary 15-minute services. So not bad. Get your points up.
After my amazing head massage at the spa, it was time to board our flight to Cairo. This flight was only 4 hours and had a limited menu and no shower access. The service was still impeccable, and we were able to try the bassinet out. I was worried about our 10-month-old baby would be too big, but it was perfect. There were lots of room to dine and lay my seat back to sleep. This was another morning flight with a different menu. I ordered the French toast and it was bomb. It was so soft and just warm and just, so good. They even made some scrambled eggs with veggies for the baby to go for when he woke up. Afterwards, I used their hydrating skin products and took a quick nap before we landed.
So let's finally talk about how much we paid. So Mr. O and I paid 150,000 Emirates miles per person for our one-way first class flight. My mom's ticket, her business class ticket, was 110,000 Emirates miles, plus the 54,000 miles we paid for the same day upgrade. And I know you're asking, well, why didn't we just pay 150,000 miles for her ticket? Well, it was really difficult to get 3 first class tickets for the same flight. Now, the most expensive part was Atlas's ticket. On Emirates, because he's a lap infant, we don't have to use miles. However, we do have to pay 10% of the fare. So the ticket was $12,000, Atlas's ticket, $1,200. So yeah, it was pretty expensive, but our out-of-pocket cost was $207 per person for my mom's, myself, and Steve's ticket. So let's discuss which credit cards we used. So the earlier part of 2021, there was an amazing American Express Platinum credit card offer where you received 100,000 points after $5,000 spent. So in addition to that, we were able to get 10 points per dollar for every gas station and grocery store purchase. So with that additional bonus, I was able to get 50,000 points. And Mr. O wanted to apply for the same credit card as well. So once I was approved, I sent him my referral link. And once he was approved, I received 30,000 points. So in all, I received 185,000 points for this amazing credit card offer. And Mr. O received 155,000 points. So automatically we were able to receive the 150,000 points for this Emirates First Class flight. The rest of the miles for my mom's ticket came from my Capital One Spark credit card. I absolutely love this card because I get 2 points per dollar for everyday spend. So not a lot of credit cards offer that. So I also just had a lot of extra miles from a previous sign up, as well as I had just been saving up for this particular trip. So I was easily able to transfer my Capital One miles to my Emirates account for my mom's ticket. All right, so I would like to also discuss a few additional tips so your trip can be seamless and you can really enjoy your Emirates flight. Number one, purchase one of those at-home COVID tests. You can get them from like Walgreens or CVS, and that's because while we were on our trip, the requirement was to get a COVID test. I believe it was like 48 hours prior to coming back to the States. Well, it changed while we were on the trip and we needed a COVID test within 24 hours. So that was a bit difficult. Emirates, they do have testing on site, but it was a bit difficult to get it. So had we had one of those at-home COVID tests, we would have been able to easily get our test results very quickly. The US would have accepted that. Tip number two, once you get on your flight, take a look at the menu, pre-order all of the food that you would like to try, especially if the flight is full. So like the caviar, if you think you may want extra, let them know like, hey, I would like to order 2 caviars on at the same time. If you would like, I don't know, extra breakfast, let them know, because the flight attendant did tell us that, towards the end of the flight, whatever food is left, they do eat. So just be mindful of that. Number 3, if you decide to go to the bar, the lounge that's on the flight, or if you decide to take your shower, let them know to pre-make your bed. So that's a great perk of this Emirates First Class. They have plush bedding, and while you're away from your seat, they will make your bed for you. The next tip, pre-book your shower. My favorite time is within the hour of landing. So let them know this before takeoff, and a lot of people do try to get that time slot. So the sooner that you let them know what time you want, the easier it will be for you to get that time slot. And the very last tip, this is for the Emirates First Class Lounge. The lounge does get pretty busy, and their spa is actually super busy. So as soon as you get into the lounge, book your spa treatment. And this could be the 15-minute free spa treatment that you get, or they have longer spa treatments. So pre-book that because the times do get booked very quickly, and you cannot book this ahead of time. So you have to do it as soon as you get there. So overall, this flight is absolutely amazing. The Emirates A380 is the mecca of all flights, okay? Especially first class. Even the business class isn't bad at all. So highly recommend you save your miles. This was actually our second flight. The first one was our honeymoon, and it was amazing. So it was really nice to be able to share this experience with our baby, who I know he will not remember, but also more importantly, my mom. I mean, y'all, she was getting teary-eyed. It was just really nice to be able to share those moments with my family. Sorry, getting a little emotional. But anyways, definitely save up your miles. I mean, you can have caviar, you can have Dom Perignon, you can have a little vue cliquot, you can have an amazing lounge experience. We met some really great, cool people where we'll definitely keep in touch with. And I mean, y'all have to do it. Also, if you would like assistance on figuring out which credit cards to get or how to book this flight, contact your girl at pointsdiva.com. I do have a consultation business where I help people book fabulous vacations on points and miles. So catch me on the next one, which should be Cairo, Egypt. All right.